Welcome back to Mac Talks Football, and Chelsea have outscored Brighton at Stamford Bridge by 4 goals to 2, and what a game of football that was. Let's go ahead and talk about it. I mean, I expected goals in that game. I said there were going to be goals in that game, and but I thought it was going to be a draw. I thought it was going to be a close game, and as I said, I said there were going to be goals. There were both teams like to play attacking football. Both managers have that mindset that they want to attack. They're just not gonna sit back and defend. It was like expected by everybody that there were gonna be goals in that game, and they really did not disappoint. And it was quite a fun game to watch. It was hard for me to watch simultaneously. Like for me, the best thing, it was like both the games were happening at the same time. Arsenal game, and me being an Arsenal fan, of course, I wanted to watch it. And then you have that Chelsea game, and the Arsenal game in the first half, it was like quite a dull game, to be very honest with you. Arsenal were just like, it was a casual walk in the park sort of scenario for Arsenal, so they are winning that game 2-0. But at the same time, you are watching Chelsea and Brighton. There's 6 goals in that first half, so it was quite a fun game. And in the second half, it basically flipped. The Arsenal became more exciting, and the Chelsea game was like it felt like Chelsea were basically what's the word I want to use? Like they put the brakes. They just basically thought, okay, now we just want to defend. They created a good amount of chances in the second half as well, but we'll get to that later. Let's start with the first half. I mean, a 7th minute goes in. Brighton, they get the chance. A bad clearance from Chelsea. A ball goes up in the air. Two Brighton players, a Chelsea player, both of them, they collide with each other, and somehow the Brighton player heads the ball and it goes back off the net, and it's a 1-0 Chelsea. Chelsea players, of course, they are furious. They think there is a foul. They want the goal to be disallowed, but it doesn't happen, and it becomes a 1-0 30 minutes later. And this is where the catastrophe for Brighton start. A big mistake by Brighton, losing the ball in that first ridiculous back pass, and then they lose the ball. Like the center back loses the ball, and then they get the ball comes in and they pass it to Cole Palmer. The goalkeeper cannot do anything. He tries to come in to take the ball. They slide pass it to Palmer. He easily slots it in, and it's a 1-1. They get a penalty. Palmer steps here up, and it's a 2-1. And then that free kick. I mean, what a free kick that was! Like there are very few moments in the game where you just go like, wow, what a free kick that was. And what in the game, like, there are special moments and you just say like, wow. And that's that free kick was at that moment, it was simply sensational by Cole Palmer. Really good, to be very honest with you. It's very hard to do that. A lot of people can just can talk, but it's very hard to actually go ahead and score free kicks like that. And he like, the thing is, he does that regularly. It's like, it's not like a one-off, so it's a really good thing. And the way that he scored that one, a hat-trick for him, and he does not stop there. A couple of minutes later, he gets the chance again, makes the run, beats his marker, goes like, the defender doesn't know what to do with him. Before that happened, sorry, it was Brighton. See, so many goals, I forgot. Brighton, they get the chance. This time it's Chelsea who make the mistake, wrong back pass. They're not able to clear it. Brighton get the ball, steal the ball, and they score, and it becomes 3-2. And the game is still quite exciting. If the game goes into second half at 3-2, I think there would have been a more chance of Brighton making a comeback. But Palmer is there to spoil Brighton's party again. As I said, beats his defender, goes past him easily, and scores the 4th goal, and it becomes a 4-2. And you go into the second half, expecting more goals coming into the second half, but there was not really that much entertainment in the second half. Both of the teams, they created chances again, but none of them really came close. I think Jackson had that chance early on in the second half where he beat the goalkeeper, but the ball got cleared on the line by the defender. Apart from that, there was another chance for Jackson where he could not really convert it. So I think it was a really good game of football for me as a neutral, especially in that first half where Arsenal are easily winning winning, and at the same time Chelsea are playing. So you can like I'm an Arsenal fan, my brother's a Chelsea fan, so of course we are watching both of those games together. So it's quite fun to watch that game. I think Chelsea are like, now this is the time, like everybody in that top four area, the people who are really trying to fight for the European places, they should really be worrying. I have been saying since day one that Maresca is the guy that is really gonna bring Chelsea back into the contention for Europe, and I think that now you are seeing the results starting to appear. It has been now 3 weeks consistently where the performances are there and the results are there, and I think you saw that today as well. They did not have that much possession. Brighton controlled the game a lot. They had a lot of possession, but Chelsea really hit them on the counter attack. Like it was a really good performance. Maresca knows what he is doing with his club, and I think that is really gonna be helpful for Brighton as they move forward. I think now, as I said, the other teams are gonna be wary of them, and I think it was very important for Chelsea to win because of the other teams around them. City dropped points already. They are third at the moment, so like they are like a couple of points away from the top position. They are a point behind Liverpool, who are gonna play like later on, like 10-15 minutes remaining for Liverpool's game. And then for Chelsea specifically, Spurs and United, both of them, like both of their biggest rivals, I would say, with Aston Villa. Of course, Aston Villa are gonna play later on, and Man United and Spurs, like they are playing to each other. So like one of them is genuinely gonna draw points. At the very least, both of them could draw points, so it's a very big win for Chelsea considering everything that has gone around. Brighton on the other hand, like this is their first defeat of the season. They would be really disappointed. They started the game really good. I thought the game meant that as I expected it to be. It was gonna be an open goal. It was gonna be filled with excitement, filled with goals, and that's what it was. Brighton unfortunately were not able to hold on to that lead, and then when they conceded the goals, like the deficit, they cut down to 1 goal again, but then again they go ahead and they concede another goal, and in the second half they were not really able to convert the chances that they created. I think Husser will be quite disappointed with his team, and and them not being able to get a point at least out of this game. But as I say, this is the Premier League. You're gonna have games like this where you think that I deserve something out of this, but you're not gonna get anything from that game. And I think Husdar is slowly starting to learn what a Premier League is really about. But I would still say Brighton, like they have had a great start to the season. They were really great today as well. In a game like this, like I cannot, both the teams had like a faulty defending. Both teams gave the ball away so many times that resulted in goals being conceded. They gave away a free kick in a dangerous area. You cannot give that when you have a player like Palmer. They gave a penalty as well. So like it was in a way quite a bad defending from Brighton. I think that is the reason that they lost this game. And I think another reason, the main reason, I would say, it's Cole Palmer. I mean, what a performance from him. I like every time he plays, he's one of those players. I don't want to like create controversy. Like people talk a lot about Phil Foden in the English setup. I personally think Palmer is a better player than Phil Foden. I think he should be the one that should really start. He should be the one player that should be given the role to play in that number 10 position. And I think he is a really a great player, and he's gonna have a great career. Let's hope he doesn't get injured or anything. Barring injuries, I think he will be a really great player for Chelsea and for England as well. And again, another great performance. Like every week, he is the main reason. I like it. He reminds me a bit of a Saka, like when Arsenal were in that horrible period that Arsenal were going through. Saka was like our shining light. Like he was the reason that he brought smiles to our faces. And I think Palmer is doing that for Chelsea fans. He did it last season, and this season again is continuing. I think Maresca, if he wants to succeed, Palmer is going to be the player that he builds his team around. He's going to be his main guy, like Saka is for Arsenal. Like they are for Arsenal, you are even though there are other players that get mentioned and whatnot, but everybody knows that Saka is the main guy. That he's our star boy. So Palmer, I think, is the same for Chelsea. Amazing talent. Like you cannot say anything bad about him as well, because he's such a good boy. That's basically basically think he doesn't show attitude, he doesn't show arrogance, he just goes there, he does his job, and that's just basically it. And I like players like that. There are other players for example, the best example is his English compared colleague like Jude Bellingham. I really don't like Jude Bellingham. I personally think he's overhyped, and the attitude that he has, his performances are not that much that important, or not. He has not done that much in world of football to have an attitude like that. And Palmer is complete opposite. I think he's a really good talent, and Chelsea are really lucky to have him. That's it for me in this video. Let me know what you guys thought of the game, how good Chelsea were, and as Chelsea fans, are you really excited? Do you think you could really go ahead and challenge for that top 4, or maybe for the title as well? And are you really impressed with America? Do you think you are gonna have a downfall come to the come the end of the season or in the mid-season? And do you think this is like a good thing is going on, but your expectations are not really high? Let me know in the comment section below. Of course, talk about Cole Palmer, how much you love him, and what your expectations are of him as well. Brighton fans, you as well, like not a good day of a good day at the office, but I think you would be really happy with the way that your team are playing. Let me know in the comment section below. Like the video, share it as well, click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. We are trying to get to 300 subscribers before the month of September, and it's looking really hard at the moment, like 70 plus subscribers to get in almost less than 3 days. So it's really hard at the moment, but we hope we are able to achieve it. So please go ahead and subscribe and help us in achieving our target. Until next time, bye bye.